All right, guys, so welcome to another episode of IPC TV. We're coming live from Sydney, Australia. Today, we have got a special guest each and every day of the week. I am bringing someone special on from the upcoming Volume 4 of the Pay It Forward Notes to My Younger Self in collaboration with the amazing Imperfectly Perfect campaign. Now, before I introduce this amazing lady who's coming on to talk, she is somebody who has been an advocate probably from day one of the Imperfectly Perfect campaign. She didn't really know me, but she took a chance on seeing what I was doing and got straight behind it, as well as the initiatives and everything else. So without further ado, guys, here is Claire Gibbons.
Good morning. How are you? Or good evening to you.
I know, good evening over here, mate. You know what I was
Yeah.
thinking? Sound effects with claps as soon as people come on, shouldn't I?
Oh, next time, next time.
Next time, I know I need to get it all set up just on the side of me. But we are live. So, guys, if I'm looking here, there, and everywhere, it's because we've got IG Live down at the bottom. We've got Facebook, we have got LinkedIn, and we've got YouTube Live. So, Claire, introduce
Hey,
yourself first and foremost.
good morning. Well, hey everybody. I'm Claire Gibbons. I'm based in South Wales in the UK. I'm generally a fitness instructor, and I saw the IPC from pretty much I think about 2 or 3 months after it started. I think maybe, and yeah, just got behind it ever since. It's something I've really resonated with. So.
It is. She got behind the initiative. She got some support apparel. She told people about it. She came on the community podcast. She's got a mug in her hand. I love that. I need to capture that for a selfie for the community page, mate. That's awesome.
I'm
That's awesome.
British as well, so it works.
you've got you've got your morning coffee or tea in there.
Yeah.
But the thing is, have you got your what did they used to call them? I can't even remember now. Digestive biscuit. That was the
Oh
British.
yes, of course,
Yes,
of
a
course.
digestive. Mine was rich tea. Mine was a cup of tea with a rich tea biscuit. That was my flavor. But they don't have them over in
Oh,
Australia. So, yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I'll have to give some to Rachel to bring over.
Yes, exactly, exactly. But anyway, we are here to talk about the book and about your involvement. So, first and foremost, what drew you to wanting to get involved with the book?
Just I think there was something that the IPC had been someone I've been following for so long anyway, and it just felt like somewhere where you could just be yourself, and it then came up with the book where there were so many people stepping forward and these inspirational stories that I was a bit like, oh, do you know, something kept drawing me to the book, and I can't explain it. It's obvious, as I've said to you, I've never really believed in like a higher power before, but it's almost like something was telling me you have to do this. Just because there's so many people in the world that have sort of had like a maybe not the same injury, but a devastating injury that they feel like they can't do these things that they've used to do ever again, and I just wanted to be that person that put it forward that like you have got a strength within you that you can get through something like this. It is hard, and it takes time, but it really is possible, and that's why I wanted to put my story out there, really. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've read your story, and it's absolutely amazing and inspirational. But for anybody out there, and not to give too much away, because obviously we want more people to read this
Yeah.
book and get their copy, but what is the title of your chapter? And can you touch on a baseline of the premise of it?
Yeah, of course. My title of my chapter is my choice to fight, um, and mainly because obviously, like I say, not giving too much away, but um, I had an injury happen that was it was quite a life changer for me. It was a bit of a wake up call, really. And you kind of hit rock bottom, and you just think, how are you ever gonna get from where you are to even some sort of, I say it in normality, again. And it was just that I thought, I can sit here and I can wallow in self pity and I can do all these things that is just doing my mental health and my physical health no good, or I can go out there and do something about it. And that's like why I chose the title of my choice to fight. Like I chose to not be a victim of my injury, and I chose to take it forward and hopefully help a few other people in the world think that it can be done. It's really hard, but it can be done.
So what is your hope? As I've said to the other ladies on the interviews, we're on the cusp of releasing
Mm.
on the 30th of November. Getting excited now. What is your hope for somebody that just comes across your story?
I think it's just like there's always going to be somebody out there that is, even if it's one person that just reads this story and like if they think, okay, I want to get a second opinion on that, or I'm not going to be a victim to this particular, it doesn't even have to be an injury, it could be any sort of situation, but just not let yourself be a victim to something, and just try and really, really sort of, there is strength within all of us, and we just need to find it. And sometimes you've just got to find something that resonates with you to give you that strength. Now, for me, it was a fitness instructor. I went to a group fitness class, and it gave me a whole new outlook on things. And I thought, well, okay, I'm not perfect, as you know, we're not going to be, and I'm not going to be, doing what that instructor's doing immediately. But I'm moving, I'm taking my time, I'm getting things better, and it helped this so much. Like the mental health benefits were incredible. But yeah, that's my
Yeah.
hope, is that someone reads it and just finds something within them that they can move forward as well.
And I think coming from the similar background to you within that fitness capacity, you're on a stage, you're teaching to a lot of people and they see the external front of Claire. So I think a lot of people will be absolutely amazed. Like, I know you've probably got your regulars within your certain clubs that you do go to, but those
Yeah,
that often see you bouncing around with the classes that you do would
yeah,
never know that injury that you went through. So
yeah.
yeah, it's just
No,
going to impact so many people and create a ripple effect that you just never know. I mean, as people know about this book, it's a pay it forward book, so you leave it somewhere else. So
yeah,
imagine one of your members just picking that back up and just leaving it, and it gets flown around the world somewhere else. And your
yeah,
story, and
and
someone
that's my
contacts
hope.
you.
Yeah, and that's my hope, is that someone sees it and says, "Oh, this was a really great story. You should read this." And like, I think I've told you, like, there's a couple of people that have already said to me, like, "Oh, do you know, find it so hard sometimes every day." And then I just think of what you post and what you've been through, and like, I just think, well, if you can do it, I can get up and do it as well, And that's
Yep.
just one person, so hopefully that will hit, more around the world.
Well, I
So
saw the
fingers,
response. You posted it on your Facebook page the other day, in the comments.
I
So you
know,
kept that one. You kept that one under wraps. It was pretty much like, I know we got you on the community podcast with Rachel Newsham, and then when you posted that, it's like you go silent and then you post one thing and then it just blows up and everyone's like,
yeah.
"How did you do that?" And now you're an author, and what's happening, Claire? So it's yeah,
I'm not a massive social media person. Like, I'm more about my community, like as an
yeah,
everyday thing, with my classes, with my everyday people. On a Sunday, I go for regular coffee with my members. It's just a thing that we've created, and I'm not a massive social media person, but when I do post something, I like it to mean something, though, if you know what I
yeah,
mean. So it, like, good or bad, like I've posted before about ages back about, my injury and when times were hard and things, and it's like, it's not all a highlight reel, it's not all sunshine and daisies and rainbows and stuff, but when I do post something, I want it to really impact and to mean something.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
love that, and I love the fact that whatever higher source, as I say, God, universal law, has brought us together through IPC, and then somebody that we both admire, that I actually followed Rachel Newsham and Dan Cohen to New Zealand, and now we're good
yeah,
friends. And she was an
yeah,
inspiration to you. And not only did you get to be interviewed by her, but now you're in a book with her. And it's just the way this world works is
yeah, I
incredible.
know. And then when obviously she came over to the UK a few months back, I actually finally got to meet her in person for the first time since getting involved with the IPC. It's crazy how things work, because like I didn't expect that to happen at all.
Yeah.
But there you go. And then this year there's going to be 3 events in 1 year, which London is fast approaching. So tomorrow we leave.
Oh, wow. There's one, because you just went over to the US for one. And
Yeah,
wow.
UK on Saturday and Sunday this week. Yeah.
Wow. I do miss those events, I must admit, because they are, guys, for anyone listening or watching the replay, we're talking about group fitness. Rachel Newsham is writing the foreword. She's an incredible advocate for IPC. She's done so much with the team. And of course, she is just huge around the world, an inspiration to everybody, like with mental health, with fitness, with everything. And these events, what we're talking about is essentially what is it, 1 or
Les
2
Mills
days? It
Live.
used to be 2 days. It used to be 2 days when I was there, and you'd take your packed lunch and you'd spend all day there, and it was like you'd come back the next day, and it was amazing. But then in Sydney they spoiled it a little bit because they cut it down to going to just a normal fitness club. Like they scaled it back so much, and Rachel and everyone didn't really come over to Sydney, and it was just local instructors that are amazing, but we knew them.
Yeah,
but those
I
big
know what you mean.
events are like the energy. It's like a
Oh,
Tony
they're
Robbins
amazing.
event, isn't it? Tony Robbins
Oh,
just like
yeah.
on full on. It's
Yeah.
incredible. But
yeah.
what's the feeling going to be like when the book comes out? Because obviously we've got Rachel part of it, we've got public figures. It's going to go out a lot further. When Claire walks into a classroom now, Claire's going to be known
I know.
everywhere. And that's
I
my
must
job, to
admit.
obviously push this and create this ripple effect. And as you've seen, we've been getting it here, there, and everywhere. And because your stories deserve to be heard, and it's amazing that you stepped up and stepped forward to pay it forward. Did you think you'd ever do anything like this? Like, have you had fear at all? Because I know it takes a lot to get up on stage in front of people, but when you go through an injury, it can knock your confidence. And I know you've spoken about things in the past. Did you ever think you'd be writing a book?
No, never at all. Like, I thought maybe I'd just tell, like, you know, my sort of local people, my community, like my friends, you know, people who know me on a personal basis, you know, just because, like, it's, if anything happened, obviously I'd want them to be able to know, like, oh, this might, you know, you might need to know this type thing. But
Yeah.
but I never ever thought that, like, I was one of them that thought I didn't have a story. I was a bit like, nah, no one wants to hear about that. It's, you know, it's like everybody goes through an injury and this and that, but it wasn't about that. And like, I did have the fear that people thought it might be like a bit of a sympathy vote, you know, like I want sympathy, but it's nothing to do with that. It's more the fact that I just wanted people to realize that you can hit rock bottom, and the mental health side of it is always the most difficult to get through. And I wanted people to just be able to start speaking up and just saying, look, I need to, maybe I can't always just speak to my friends. Maybe I need to seek help from a professional, this and that. You know, there's always somebody out there that can help you get through it. So just don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it as well.
I think that's a big commonality when people think sharing my story is going to get the sympathy thought. And I think when you walk a journey and you suddenly go, you know what, there might be some people that think that, but you know what, there might be some people that need to hear my story and it might save a life. So I think that with that in mind keeps people going, because everyone's human. People judge things whether they're good or bad, and we can't pertain to make everybody happy. But if you can save a life by sharing your story, and your story is one that goes deep, and when I read it, and as you know, we got some of the celebrities to already read it with testimonials, and they were blown away. And so get ready, the 30th of November, mate. That is not long. What are we on now? We are on the 21st of October. So pretty much just about a month. So anybody watching the replay, it is different times. As I say, it's 8:30 over here in Sydney. It is early. And Claire's having the day off today.
10:30.
So she's lazing about. Before we went live, guys, she's like, what, you need me on now? I'm having a lazy day.
First lazy day I've had in a while.
Oh, well. But guys, make sure that you follow Claire. Claire, where can everyone find out more information about you? Because your story's coming out on the 30th, which means there are going to be a lot more opportunities for you to share your story to bigger and more people. Like Kazia said, who is the creator of the book in the first place. Once this book comes out, people will contact you because they'll read your story. So get ready. Where can people find you?
Instagram mainly. Claire_Gibbons_ for Instagram. I'm on Facebook as well. I've just recently joined LinkedIn, Glenn, because of you.
But I see what I do to people.
I know. I haven't actually built much of my profile yet, but I'm getting there. But
well, I will say LinkedIn, don't think about it as the old way, because you know when it used to be like, you think of LinkedIn as like you put your resume on there and recruiters get in touch with you. It literally is like the Facebook. I don't even say for professionals. There's a lot of people on there, and people who watch this, because it is on LinkedIn as well. When people say it's a professional platform, I'm like, no, it's not. It's a platform. It's got humans on. There's memes on there. People put pictures of their dogs on there. Yes, there's professional titles, but at the end of the day, we all struggle. We all go through things. You collaborate, you come together. It's a platform at the end of the day. Like, let's face it, it's a platform. But yeah, I'm excited. I know Kezi is excited. The other co-authors are excited. You're going to be seeing more throughout the week, guys. But for now, you need to connect with Claire. You need to follow her. You need to find out more information about her, because you're going to be blown away when you do read her story. I want to say thank you for always being a huge advocate for Imperfectly Perfect Campaign, because
thank you.
I'd say
it's a great thing to be a part of.
Top 5 of people who've just been boom all the way through it. So all the way from Wales to Australia.
You can thank Rachel Newsham for that. It's her that drew me in the first place.
Exactly. Well, you see, things bring people to things, and now look, everyone's in a book together. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Amazing.
I said that's group fitness that's brought that together.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Like Les Mills.
Yeah, when you think about it that way,
yeah. Body combat.
Oh, it's amazing.
Because I went to Shabama, so Shabam didn't bring me to it. I can't dance for shit.
Oh, I can imagine you as a bit of a diva as well.
You know, it's kind of funny though. If I've got a vodka in my hand, I used to be. But yeah, people used to try and get me in body jam and say, you can actually move. I'm like, yeah, there's no way. Only because I was brave when I had a drink in my hand when I was out, like we all are. And then when you're sober, you're like, yeah, I can't do that thing that they do. Nah, that's all right.
I love it.
But, yeah.
Oh, thanks,
but anyway,
thanks
guys,
so much.
You are welcome. As I say, make sure you connect. And until next time, keep checking in, because we are going to be going live all week with all the co-authors, guys. Until next time, as I say on the podcast, keep having the hard conversations, because it's the hard conversations that save lives.